Greetings, everyone. We return to Monster Rancher 4, just in time for a story event. Hello, big news, everybody. Cynthia, what is it? A delivery. Here you are. Wow, rank S breeder certificate. Yeah, we're still rank A, essentially, so it's a good thing we wrapped up Vermias when we did. A letter. It's from Casa. How are you doing? The other day, all three Monster Association recommended you for S-rank status, which you were then granted. Oh, duh. As your former teacher, I am proud. Never forget to keep on learning. From Casa. Mrs. Casa. Wow. Yeah, isn't it great? Keep up the good work. Bye. What's this? The letter reads on. P.S. I didn't want to cause worry, so I almost did not write this, but I better mention it. The other day, the Tome of Black Arts was stolen from our school. I don't know who or why, but please be careful. Tome of Black Arts stolen? Yeah, somebody might be trying to alter monsters or trying to recreate the Dark Ones. Impossible. Who would do such a thing? I wonder. We don't really need anything right now. Everything kind of is as it should be. And as I recall, we are just kind of waiting right now. So I'm going to jump ahead if necessary, and I'll see you guys on the other side. It's another day. Oh, a letter. It's from Graham. What could it say? How are you? Me? I'm doing just awesome. I'm kicking butt in the battles. Next competition, you better come out and watch me, or I'll kick your butt. Quite a letter, isn't it? The competition is this week? Shoot, we gotta rush to Ryuen. Which, we are literally not given a say in the matter. Which is fine. I would have gone anyway. Phew, looks like we made it on time. Snek, you were called here too. Oh, that Graham. Helia, Graham's really going all out. Oh, it's almost starting. So were we the only people in our class? Like, well, that's not true. We had Dale and Wit, too. Oh, he looks a little different than last we saw him. Is that arm an alteration? But why would Graham? Look, next to Graham, it's Mr. Carnab. What's happening at Fimba? I'm gonna go to the Monster Association to find out. Interesting to start cueing the battle theme there. Oh, if it isn't Snek and Little Rio, what brings you here today? I saw the competition. Somebody altered Graham's golem. Was it you, Mr. Carnab? In fact, it was. You see, the gap in strength between Ima and Fimba is widening, with no end in sight. Just recently, Ima even requested a cancellation of the Ima vs. Fimba battles. Just around the time I was concerned about how we'd improve our monsters, a certain letter arrived. A letter? From whom? The sender was a man named Nazeni, which is kind of a callback to Monster Rancher 3's Zan event. Nazeni was kicked out of Fimba long ago after suggesting a vicious monster strengthening technique. The letter contained instructions for alterations. He said it was Fimba's last hope. Right, I knew it was to help Fimba, so I had my boy altered. I knew you wanted to be stronger anyway. You know, he looked so happy afterward. Fool. Couldn't you see the sorrow in his eyes? No monster wants to be altered. Like, it's gotta hurt, right? Like, even if it's a golem or an artificial class monster, like, you're still chopping its arm off. He sacrificed his arm to make you happy. Because he cares for you, and you didn't even notice. What, really? But I thought he wanted it. That didn't take a whole lot of layering on to cause the waterworks. So, like, Graham must be just kind of this emotional bumbler. Graham. Mr. Carnab, there is no monster that would want such a thing done to it. The monsters may do it for their masters out of love, but false victories mean nothing to them. I'll find this Nazeni and make him return Graham's golem back to normal. Out of love. Phew, I was so concerned about the status of the association that I forgot all about the hearts of the monsters. Doesn't help that you already look kind of like Dr. Eggman. This is not helping your reputation, Karn. You can find Nazeni in Kalaragi Jungle. Please, Snek, heal Graham's golem. Don't make it sound like I'm Crazy Diamond or something. And we will. But first... I mean, we're here anyway, right? Good on Ministries and buy like a dozen, Baker's dozen. good on most of these. Also, I can sell that stuff I picked up from... Oh, I already did. Haha! Go past me, go! Well, as Mr. Carnab instructed, we are headed to Kalaragi. It's been a minute since we've had to be there for any story purposes, and also been a minute since I've been here for exploration purposes. As you might have guessed, we're going to be way too powerful for anything we encounter here. As I recall, Kalaragi's strongest monsters cap at the B rank. So it's really not going to be too much of a challenge, and the odds of us finding something significant in terms of treasure is also a little on the low side. I hit the wrong button because I couldn't remember what button the map was assigned to. Go me. Upside is that pretty much guarantees that no matter what I do, Billy, Faye, and Risky can defeat any opponent we encounter here with minimal effort. By the way, I know it was like a year ago when I brought it up. I still plan to do streams of Monster Rancher Evo. Because Monster Rancher Evo is just weird. Like, really, really weird. Monster Rancher 4 is kind of a little weird. But, like, Evo is super freaking weird, guys. I can't even articulate. So, I still want to do that, and it's going to be a bit of a learning curve, because I've never streamed on YouTube as a platform before, but I do have the ability to. Yay. And, I'm going to ask around and see if maybe, depending on day, if I can get any of my fellow YouTubers to join me for an episode or two. There's nothing promised. I'm not saying that it's definitely going to happen, but I'm going to make it a point to try to make it happen, just to keep things lively and interesting. The streams will not interfere with the regular current 3-day-a-week upload schedule. I would rather the regular, more structured and edited videos fill in the gaps for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, at least for now. So the stream will probably be scheduled for Tuesday or Thursday, just kind of depending on what the weekend ends up looking like. That's the tentative plan. That might change between now and then. And if you're watching this in the distant future and I'm already finished with Evo, well, you guys understand what I was up to at least. Like, I haven't gone back. I don't really watch my own videos all that much, but, like, I haven't gone back and looked at the older episodes of Monster Rancher 4. I'm really curious as to how different tonally I sound between episodes now. Just going from, like, really, really enthusiastic to, like, guys, I'm totally burned out on this game. Holy crap. One of the niceties in Monster Rancher 4 being that expeditions only spend 1 week worth of time, and not a whole month like it does in most other games. Oh, nice. It's 1,000 gold right there. Billy, you have really heavy footfalls, my dude. I don't know, maybe because he's the Peacockin race, but, like, his feathers and limbs are so big. Like, everything about him is huge, and the Raidens are just, like, these really tall, lean monsters. Go for it, Faye, we're here anyway. Yay! What did we get? Oh, got ourselves a coin. What about you, Risky? You're actually strong enough that I don't actually worry about having you on point, so I'll let you plot. You know, your footfall's like longer than Billy's. Wow. You couldn't one-hit KO a D-rank monster. I don't know what to say to that. Oh wait, yes I do. Get back to the end of the line. Might be the same footfall. Interesting choice. I guess they both have the Y-shaped feet. Really? Right at the stairs? I mean, when death is incoming and all but certain, I guess countering really is all you can do. Honestly, it does make me kind of wonder if maybe it wouldn't have been preferable to make it so that certain ranked monsters just stop appearing after a certain threshold. Like, if you're an S-rank monster, maybe any monster below C rank shouldn't show up anymore. Like, just turn off the encounters in those conditions. It really is just kind of a formality. It's not like they're going to actually pose a threat to any of the three monsters I have. Yeah, you can pretty much just scan the area in these big round rooms. No actual running around is necessary. It's really just kind of made for the camera. I don't know why I'm even like worried about the treasures. The best we'll get is silver coins. But I guess if it dangles it in front of me like a freaking anglerfish, I have no choice but to take the lure. Ah, Bulldog sword. Sold. Sold. There's a Homestar Runner reference for you. Tunes, games, chemicals. Ah, come on. I know I'm just mucking about now, but you don't need to treat it like I am. Now, here's a fun discussion in the comments. Like, what name do you prefer for monsters whose names have been different between installments? Like how in Monster Rancher 2 and Monster Rancher DS, it's Color Pandora. But in 3 and 4, and I forget if they were in Evo, they were called Koro Pindora. And even then, like, it's been different in another way, too, because, like, in some versions, it's been one word, and then in others, it's been two. I actually asked the Lone Ranger some clarity on that, like, since I've last talked to him about it, and apparently a lot of it could just boil down to individual preference and how you want to translate the name, and honestly, the name doesn't make a great deal of sense to begin with. No. Nice. Probably... I don't know how the treasure tables in this game work. If anyone knows, I'd really be curious to hear. I'm assuming the more difficult the dungeon you're in, the more likely you are to find rare stuff. But I can't swear to that, because I found some pretty rare stuff here in Kalaragi. Well, what is all the fuss you're making? So it's you, Nazeni, who sent the letter about monster alteration to the association. Why are you accusing him? Karn literally confirmed that. Why did you ever do such a thing? Why? Well, of course, it was out of love for Fimba. That is a grin, alright. In fact, is there any good reason that my wonderful technology should not be used on monsters? Every monster alteration is an expression of my love. Oh, man. First off, you need to calm down. Second off, you need to lay off the eyeshadow. Of course, there were those who didn't understand my love and ran off. You mean, Dawn, you can't mean what you say. Why? How can you dare attack me? Oh, I don't even care. Why words are obviously wasted on the likes of you. Why, words are obviously wasted. Nazeni too, take care of these jokers. Watch out, Rio, get back. Would that phrase even be used? Would you call people joker as an insult? Like, knowing full well the dark history of the monster breed known as jokers? Wow, I really overprepared for the endgame, guys. I almost want to apologize, but at this point, I don't really care. Just putting that there. I don't care. Why? Why did he lose? Because he got kicked in the head. And sweet doesn't he too? I created the technology in this book. Book? Don't tell me that's the Tome of Black Arts. Hey, but it's different than the one from the school. Hey you, I thought you stole that from a leave school. Huh? What are you talking about? I found this book in the jungle, stupid. But I'm talking about love, my lovely Nazeni too. What am I gonna do now? That monster was almost happy when it was defeated, when it was kicked in the skull. Showed its joy at being emancipated from the artificial existence that it was given. No, that can't be. I provided it with so much love and caring. True love doesn't ignore the wishes of its subject. It took away the monster's free will. So you're trying to say I was wrong. That's what you were saying, isn't it, little girl? Our friends' monsters were altered. You have to return them to normal. That's what we're trying to say. Please, Nazeni. Friends? How nice, caring for one another. This guy's a basket case. Like, he cannot hold his emotions for a moment. Like mutual love, no stealing, nothing forced, love. Okay, I'll do it, but I want you to make one promise. If you use this, then you can regenerate Zan. Please, someday regenerate it and provide it with true love. Neat, I guess. Nazeni, I understand. We promise you. Okay, I'll go to the Monster Association later, but please, go home for the day. The reason is, I don't want to cry in front of you. You've already done that a couple times. You are completely out of your gourd. Let's go, Snek. Yeah, I don't really want to be around this guy for much longer either. Apparently the alterations can be undone, but I'd really like to know the logistics of that. You chopped off a healthy limb and replaced it. Like, how do you pop it back on? Maybe it's okay because it's a golem? I don't know. Hello, everything going well, Snek? Hi, Rio. Dale, I'm doing fine. How about you? You went back to Torble, right? Yes, but Torble's having some real trouble now. Right, in fact, the whole of Bubalook Island is. Such a weird name. Trouble in Torble. Are you trying to turn that into a tongue twister? What's going on? I assume you've heard about the rash of stray monsters on Bubalook Island, right? Well, they've banded together, forming an army called the Stray Cats, and they're attacking people. Are they calling themselves that? No, monsters can't talk, so that's just what people are calling them. Like, why would you call them Stray Cats? They're stray... Like, that's gotta be a translation flub, right? Oh boy, unless we do something, a war might start between humans and stray monsters. What? Humans and monsters hating each other? That's wrong. A war. If killing begins, this world might once again fall into a dark age. It must be stopped. It'll be okay, Rio. I'll talk to my dad, and he'll make sure there's no fighting. I hope. You hope? Hope is not enough for something so important. Calm down. Things will turn out okay, I promise. But wait, there's more. The stray monsters seem to be operating at a Karia volcano, and this has me worried. Because Wit took a black book with him to Karia volcano. A black book? The Tome of Black Arts? But what in the world is he up to? I haven't the slightest idea. Oh boy, this is just not my day. Anyway, be very careful when you come to Torble. Well then, goodbye. Karia volcano, huh? We gotta rush there and find Wit. And we are. I wasn't joking when I said we were basically done raising these monsters, because, it's go time! You see how a very small misstep separates you from, like, huge, huge quantities of the story, right? You guys get why I was frustrated, right? I'm exaggerating a little for comedic effect, but, like, more to the point, I do love Monster Rancher 4, but yeah, it's got some flaws. It's not perfect. I think going back to that review I did like 5 years ago now, it's like, if you put a gun to my head and asked, what's your favorite Monster Rancher game? I think I really would honestly have to go with Monster Rancher Advance 2. I like 4. I will always have a place in my heart for 4. But gosh, like, the you know, I'll get into it later. It's not important right now. Because we finally unlocked the final dungeon. Or what is ostensibly the final dungeon. There's technically, like, super difficult versions of these dungeons you can unlock after you beat the story campaign, but It's the last as far as the story is concerned, ergo I'm calling it the last dungeon. And we're getting into it. Also, Carbia Volcano looks super cool. It's like they really went in on the fire theme, and I think it's to their credit. The monsters here, I believe, start off in the A rank and quickly escalate to S rank monsters, but Billy is in that threshold where he can easily take them. Faye could probably win fine, and Risky, well, as his name implies, it might be a little bit of a gamble. Now, because everything is kind of tinged red due to the lighting here, some chests can be really hard to find. Like, the normal special chests are kind of a weird, like, brown color here, so they kind of blend into the background because of the lighting. Weird but true things that you notice about this game over time. Let's try north. I decided that on random guessing. I wish I had a little more camera control. Like, I wish I could pull the camera, like, a little further away from my monster's back. Like, just a little bit, you know? As you see, the Adventure XP here is really good. If I wanted to sit around and gain some levels or try to max out how many attacks my monsters have, Carbia is definitely the place to do it. I know there was 1 or 2 people in the comments section right around New Year's when I was planning on changing up the format for the channel, who were basically trying to give me a free out from seeing this game through to completion. And I don't fault you. I get it. I can see why you guys might assume it's more trouble than it's worth. But I've beaten this game no small number of times. I have done it. Now, generally, my monsters weren't quite as randomized as the ones that I used this go-around. I mean, I've used pixies before, but Raiden was a big change in raising strategy, and Risky was just a thought experiment that just went terribly, terribly wrong. Pretty much a textbook example of what not to do while raising a dino, or Zoom, rather. Ultimately the same thing. They call it Caucasus, but, like, I am 99% certain that dragon's name is supposed to be Caucasus, as in the Caucasus beetle. Yeah, I got rid of that already. Air shots. Yeah, sure. I can't make air shots at wind elemented. The irony. A lot of the time in these spiral chambers, the chest will be sitting towards the middle. Curse my greed. I'll regret this decision, but I'm going for it. Mostly vendor trash. I don't know what I'm trying to achieve by going after them, I'll be honest. I'm just doing it out of instinct. I don't know, I'm kind of just thinking, like, how would you guys feel if, like, Niantic, the Pokemon Go guys, got the Monster Rancher license? Do you think, like, that would be any good? Do you think there's, like, some Monster Rancher mobile game AR experience that could take the adventure theme found in 4 and Evo and, like, actually really make it work? I played my Monster Rancher, like, really, really briefly, but it was not good. It was not good, it was not fun, and the game gave me a poncho to start off with, so I was a little salty about that. Not a fan. And I know, there's Line Monster Rancher, but, like, Line is a third-party game. And honestly, like I've kind of voiced this concern before, but Line makes me particularly nervous because if it was an overwhelming success, then Monster Rancher will be consigned to mobile game hell. And if it's not a success, Monster Rancher might be shelved again because, like, oh, no one cares about Monster Rancher, obviously. That's the thing about mobile games that makes me really, really anxious. Like, unless it's a really, really established character with no fear of that happening, like Mario or Sonic, it makes me worry. It makes me worry a lot. Now, is it a bad idea? No. A simple, lightweight ranching title could work perfectly on mobile, which I think the DX bundle has already proven. But it's a legit fear, and I think it's grounded in pretty sound reasoning, I would argue. Come on, you idiot. Neat. A little superfluous as we are rapidly approaching in-game. I forget if you finish Korea in one visit or not. I remember Dale's warning about the Stray Cat army, but I don't remember if we have to go back again. That's actually something I'm going to touch upon quite a bit more in Evo, because Evo's way more guilty of it than 4. But 4 is kind of guilty of making you redo the expeditions for story purposes a little more often than it rightfully should. I understand that Rhino Rollers are not the most popular monster, but I once, my friends coaxed me into raising a Rhino Roller / Color Pandora, and I actually really liked him. He was a slow burn. It took him a while to get any momentum at all. But once he got going, he was a pretty good monster. I didn't regret raising him. Yeah, it is a multi-visit. I forgot there is another Gaia Stone here. My old friend, can you hear me? The voice of the Gaia Stone, and now it sounds pleasant to my ears. It looks like you were able to accept the truth. Each time you touch me, you get closer to your original self. That vision was an age that I once lived in. Yes, now find the last fragment of me, but is your heart ready? Since we've already talked about him, the big dude back there is definitely Xevion. And it's kind of because of his body shape that makes me think Xevion is a modified Zan monster. I can't prove that, obviously. Not all bosses correlate to a monster species, like Genbu, for instance. Like, what species is he? Shrug. Not really applicable. I'm fine, Snek. It was scary, but I was able to accept it. I remember everything now. What do you mean? The stone is a piece of the soul of a monster who fought along my side against the Dark Lord. The stone helped me remember my memories of times long ago. With each Gaia stone we find, the vision becomes clearer. People in our age are repeating the mistakes of the past, but we can still be prevented. We've got to try. Yeah, there's always a chance. We must try. What is it? Snek, could you hold my hand just a little? Oh my, how lewd. A moment ago it was so dark, I felt like I might fall. I was scared. Rio, it'll be okay. Everyone's going to try their best here. And you're no different in that respect. Why don't we go home for now? Thanks. Sorry, Snek. Because we're already 3 floors down, so I don't want to go back. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not really upset. I just really want to bring this to a close because you guys deserve closure. Something terrible's happening at the volcano. I can sense something familiar. What is it, Rio? Can you sense something? Deep within the volcano, I sense a dreadfully evil aura. An aura evil enough to poison the kind hearts of monsters. Maybe this aura is controlling the stray monsters, making them attack humans. If we find the source of the aura, then maybe we can prevent a conflict between humans and monsters. Hello there. Graham, Philia, what are you doing here? Are you kidding? It's an emergency. A letter came from Ima, and they requested support from Fimba to help them form a stray cat catchers group to fight the monsters. Stop calling it that! You're being deputized by the Rangers, or the Monster Corps, or whatever that one guy from the Mochi event is called. Like, don't call it stray cat catchers. It really muddies the water. Can't be. This could lead to a war between our whole land and the monsters. As we speak, Dale's using his father's influence to prevent the formation of the army. We're going to speak with the Gima to see if there isn't a peaceful solution to this. Snek, please come with us. I'm sorry, Philia, for you and I are going to investigate Karia Volcano. We just might be able to stop the stray monster attacks. Karia Volcano, that's the headquarters of the stray monsters. You must not go, it's far too dangerous. Stop, Philia. Snek knows that you must know what he's doing. He's not the type to act rashly. Surely he has a plan. You must trust him on this. Yes, leave it to me. And Graham, Philia, you do your best on your end. Okay, I understand. Good luck, Snek. Bye for now. And we're right back to the super happy, upbeat music. Let's do it. It's time for us to... I believe this is the final expedition of the game. I don't think we go to Karia Volcano 3 times. For story purposes. You can go there an infinite number of times, ultimately, but for story purposes... And our monsters aren't getting any younger, so... Have watermelon. Now, I guess my question, is Billy, like, eating the red pulp of the watermelon, or is he eating the seeds out of the watermelon? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Alright, let's do it. If this ends up being kind of a whole lot of nothing, I might jump ahead. The Karia Volcano expedition can get very long. I'm also probably going to stop messing around with treasure chests and just try to get to the point. I lied, there's a treasure chest, I'm taking it. But I won't go out of my way for them. But if they put them in my path like that, I gotta take them. I'll try south this time. Final guts. I've said my piece. Probably gonna get another adventure level for Faye and Risky before this is all said and done. Yeah, none of us have Cave Search. Usually Antlands and Garus are good for that. I'm here anyway, justifying my addiction to treasure chests. Of course, I guess I'm not when that's the end result. Oh boy, I can sell this for like 15 gold. No, this is totally worth it. Crap. Oh my god, stop. And welcome back. For you guys, it was an instantaneous jump cut. For me, it was over an hour of frustration, cursing, and the same fights over and over again every 2 steps. But 9 floors later, we have arrived to the next actual story beat of Xevion Volcano. TT, are you looking for Wit? Hey, kid. Kiddo, tell me something. What happened between you and Master Wit? Master changed after you met him. He thinks of nothing but defeating you. I see, yes, you may be right. Okay, let me explain. It goes back to when Wit and I were at the same school. You guys ready for a flashback? The rest is at the library, right, Snek? Wait, somebody's there. It's Wit. What is he up to? What's that black book he's holding? Could it be the Tome of Black Arts? Stop it, Wit! You're gonna get suspended if you're caught! Snek! Did you know that this book contains ancient techniques for improving the strength of monsters? It even talks about the strongest monster ever, which is created through these same techniques. What's gotten into you, Wit? You've been acting strange since battle class. You've never lost a match until you lost to me today. Shut up! If I had a monster like the ones in this book today, it never would have happened. And then, Snek, I'd never lose to you either. I don't want to lose ever again. Shoot, I didn't expect this. There's full-on electrical alarm systems in the world of Monster Rancher. Wait, Wit! Unbelievable, he just ran straight away. What should we do, Snek? Philia, you better run too. Snek, no! I can't do that. Snek, you'll be suspended. Expelled, actually. There's no way around it, but if it must be, better only one of us be suspended rather than both. Now go! Now that I think about it, that's what changed Wit. I covered him, but I should have just told the truth. Well, I don't care what happened to Master. Kiddo, thanks for telling me. I'll help Master. I'll free him from his agony yet. TT! She's gone. Her energy might be just what's needed to save Wit. And now, you guys have a better understanding. The main character's default name is Fane. As in, to fame. As in, to represent fictitiously. Fane feigned on account of his friend. And as a result, all this happened. I mean, certain elements of the story would have happened regardless of Wit's intervention. But because of Wit, we are now here in hell. 10 floors down in hell. Trying to make the best of a bad situation. As I recall, Xevion Volcano goes 12 floors down before the final boss encounter. And this ends up being kind of just... Shut my mouth, it was 10 floors. Yeah, what do I know anyway? Now I get what's going on here, and it isn't good. Oh, TT and Wit. For some reason I was thinking 12. Maybe that was the super difficult version of it. I don't know. And now we finally meet Xevion. You monster. That's not really much of an insult in this world, is it? I allowed you to be reborn, so now I must take responsibility. I'll stop you from getting what you want. I won't give you a drop of power. You're wrong. It is I who allow you to live. I allow you to exist. And I will not allow you to disobey me. Do I make myself clear? Ah! Stop it! Stop hurting Master! I understand human thinking. They hurt more for others than they do themselves. Just watch. Ah! TT, no! I'll be okay, please. Foolish vermin. Don't you understand you're a mere pawn supporting my existence? Stop it! TT, take it with you and run! Snek, no! Run! This is no ordinary monster! Yeah, I get that impression, thanks. He's leader of the Dark Ones, the ancient monsters born from biological alteration. I should have known I wouldn't be able to control him. His power, knowledge, they far exceed other monsters. That's exactly why monsters and humans must band together and fight. We have to face him. And since I'm the only competent rancher here, you mean I have to face him. You're that girl from long ago. Fancy meeting you here. I won't allow an inferior being to get the best of me twice. Oh, as if I'm giving you much say in the matter. See, he looks like a big Zan, right? With like the legs appendages on his back. And the weird kind of like slim build across the rest of his body. I'm deliberately ignoring the weird chest orbs. I'm assuming that's armor. Not going into weird fan theory here. Alright, we cannot mess around. We have got to... Wow, okay. They didn't even give me a moment for a button input. Nicely done! Go, Billy! Yeah, that'll help. Back up. I can't back up because Xevion can't move. I forgot. He's waist down in magma. Get him! Kick him! Ugh. I always get stressed out because the first time I was here I got wiped and had to do all 10 floors again. Unfortunately, we're not done. That was just the first round. Because now Xevion casts his armor off. So now we fight true Xevion. You have got to be kidding me. I hate you so much. The only upside I have going for me is Faye has nearly 700 speed. So, odds are good that Xevion is unlikely to hit her. Unfortunately, it's like a coin flip as to whether I'm actually going to hit him. I'm trying to do some guts draining to stop him from getting so many opportunities and getting good dice rolls. Finally, at least Faye can do some decent damage. That'll help because that slows guts regen, so... I mean, it's really, really low hit percentage chances, but I don't really want to risk that. Come on. Oh, I can't pair off. This is a team battle. Ugh. I just have to work with what I got. I have to hope that I can kill him in the next round before he gets any other opportunities. No, come on, stupid... I don't even know what to compare you to. Like a dragon, spider, ant... Oh, it hits both of us. That's real cute. Thanks, game. He still hit on like a, what, 8% chance? That's just asinine. Oh, die already! Never let it be said that Faye didn't pull her weight in this game. Finally! Who cares? We won. That's the end of the story. I have conquered Monster Rancher 4. Again. Blarr. I don't think he's getting up again from that. Or she, I don't know. I don't care. You beat him. You're so strong, Snek. Really strong. Compared to that, I'm so weak, I couldn't even admit my own defeat. I'm just a coward who wishes I had more. Yes. I'm a coward too. I lied about letting you get away. I'm a coward too, Wit. But we can change. We can become stronger. We still have a chance. We must overcome our weaknesses. Now we just have to get the stray monsters away from town. Then they can avoid the fighting. You cannot escape here. Die, worthless wretches. And somehow he managed that. The entrance was destroyed? More like buried, but okay. How could you do this to us? What happened? The villagers are restless. Oh, Dale. I heard from Daddy. The battle of the monsters officially began today. The monsters are right outside town. We're done for. Shoot, what can we do? We can't just stand by and watch. Calm down, we can't give up. I know Snek is not giving up. There's no way out. It sounds like I'm giving up, actually. Tried so hard. Why wasn't it enough to save them? We can't save a single one. We tried so hard and gone so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter. It's all too cruel. Don't cry, my old friend. You must not give up hope. Cutscene power is go. And this is the last species unlock. Though you literally can only miss the Mochi event, and otherwise everything else is story-based, so even counting those was just kind of a formality. I've never seen a phoenix before. I am Suzaku, Lord of the Phoenixes. Nice to see you after so long, Ryo. This voice is the same as the stone. Do you remember why? You can hear the voices of monsters? When you were a baby, you were weak. I gave you a bit of my blood. That blood has flowed through your veins ever since then. That's such a weird plot point, but whatever. That's why I can hear the voices of monsters. I had no idea. Yes, that's why you were touched. When you touched the Gaia Stone, where a part of my soul resided, I was reborn. Even your tears are a part of me. Now, everyone, climb onto my back. Ryo, let us go, like we did that one day a long, long time ago. And we just get to fly out. Mini-ship monsters came almost to the gates of Torble. Suddenly they were enveloped by a bright light, and a huge phoenix appeared out of it. The stray monsters followed the phoenix and the young girl riding on its back and returned to the volcano. Later, Wit reported the truth to the Ima. I guess that's technically correct. He explained what the vicious monster strengthening had brought about and surrendered his breeder license of his own accord. Ima did not punish him further because they decided the situation had been unforeseeable. The song playing is from the same people who did the intro to the game. It's called For You, Earnestly. They ordered Wit to study about how monsters and humans could better get along with each other. He promised to devote all of his efforts to his studies. The three associations held a conference to discuss about the incident. Consequently, they decided to enact a rule to prohibit excessive hard training and vicious alterations of monsters. There's a non-zero chance I'm going to have to mute this song. Okay, I guess I have a moment to gather my thoughts. Monster Rancher 4 is, at its core, a good game with some frustrating flaws underneath. The gadgets are very limited. There's really not that many of them in the game, but you'll always want to use them because they're way, way better than the individual trainings are. So, the gadgets, there should have just been more of them, and more pros and cons. Like, the default accuracy gadget being a 2x3 is kinda sadistic. Every monster in the game needs accuracy. You can, in essence, beat the game with low accuracy, but don't expect it to be a particularly fun experience. And the monsters have relatively short lifespans. It can be really, really frustrating as a result, as you saw when I burned out halfway through the game. There's also a little bit of plot pacing where, like, there's lots and lots of story at the E and D rank, and then suddenly it kinda tapers off as the plot goes on, and then by the time you beat the A rank, there's no more game. Because, like, you never actually have to beat the S official, because there's nothing after it. There's no Great Four tournaments, there's no final tournament, there's only the actual final boss of the story campaign. But all in all, if you take your time and just enjoy the experience, Monster Rancher 4 is so good. It's just a fun game, and I love the graphics, and I love the music, and I love everything about it. It was the most hands-on monster ranching experience we've ever gotten, by having an intermediary between the player and the monsters. Being able to pet monsters and feed monsters by hand was such a good idea. It's just a shame that they don't follow up on any of these good ideas in the next game of the series, but that's not here nor there. We are almost done. There's a little bit more story before I put the ribbon on this. You can see I've all gamed it up to this point, and I'm going to. 10 years, 7 months, and 2 weeks later. Boom. There's supposed to be another story event. I might have to load in order to get it. Why would I not save after all that? Okay, forget it. You know what? I don't care. I am burned out, I'll be honest. Kaguya Volcano is super frustrating if you're not really, really over-prepared. Even though I was over-prepared, I still kind of feel like I got punished for it. That being said, that was Monster Rancher 4, and after a very long time, and thank you for your patience in this, that's it. We can put a bow on this and call it. The last story event that I remember, if you play a little bit longer, you get a special event where the school brings up all the main characters and they talk about creating a book of quote-unquote white monster-raising arts, which is basically just like, don't be awful. Don't mutilate your monster in the pursuit of power. And that they were going to do something to keep the book of black arts locked away where no one can ever get to that stuff again. So these are our final stats. Actually, Billy's accuracy was lower than I remember it being. That's kind of funny. Faye, again, was our speed demon and the reason we survived. And Risky having to change course halfway through his life meant that at best he was kind of a meat shield. I kept speed as his primary defensive stat because that's what all our training gadgets were good for. But yeah, that ended up being kind of frustrating. But this has been the Hipster Snek. This has been Monster Rancher 4. I'm glad I finally finished it, and I'm sorry it took so long. I'm probably going to wrap up Final Fantasy V before I even start with Monster Rancher Evo streams. But look forward to that in the near future. Once again, this has been the Hipster Snek, and I'll see you guys next time.